What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Rise video. Alright guys, this is going to be a twofold video. Number one, we're going to be doing this part right here. It's going to be a guide, but believe it or not, this is one of my missions to get you guys more code. So I need to do a Battlefield of Chaos video to show you guys how it's done. So I'm going to cover this real quick, but the more important part of the video we're going to cover is actually going to put some spotlights on 3 pro player content creators that I really love to watch, that I think don't get enough credit for what they do, and I want to highlight their channels, and hopefully you guys can go support them and check out their stuff. We're going to check out some of their stuff together. I love these guys because I think they are thinking outside the box. They are some of the best players I know. I consider myself above average as a player. I take pride in it. I'm a father. I don't got that much time. These guys have a lot of time on their hands to come up with strategies that a lot of other content creators are taking. They're not getting enough credit for the stuff they put out. So I want to make sure that at the very least, I do my job as a content creator and allow them the opportunity to get some of that limelight. So I'm going to go through that. But first, real quick, if you are planning to do Battlefield of Chaos, a couple things to note here. Don't buy keys this way, right? If you go to the shop, right, I'm going to go to the shop right over here. First off, you can buy the keys from the actual shops right here, and then you guys can exchange it from the mining shop. So let's go down to the exchange shop, and then the Mana Crystal exchange shop right over here. You can get yourself some keys right there, at the very least one, and then use these to your advantage. Make sure you are doing this because the gem system, believe it or not, is going to be one of those systems that's going to push your power up quite drastically, and you do need it in order to raise that combat power to get through some of the content out there. So it is important, guys, to try to push this as much as you can. Now, each of these will represent a different thing. This one, for example, is HP. This is defense and damage reduction. This is healing increase. This one's attack and healing increase. This one is crit and penetration, as well as defense, penetration, and precision. And the purple ones are like speed, MP, etc. Right? So these are the 2 that are currently open. So I'm going to use these keys up here. Now, what I tend to do is I try to go for the highest level possible where I can attack. Now, remember, to take advantage of this, you do want it to get all 3 trophies. A lot of this is good for getting yourself some more of those essences that you need. So, for example, this one needs 2 support from 2 light heroes. I've got 2 light heroes there. That's perfect. We need light weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my light weapon. And then we're going to jump in here and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. This is stage 4. I haven't really been pushing on my free-to-play account very much on the Battlefield of Chaos, but again, this is just to get you guys a video out there so you can take advantage of these codes when I get them. Really, I know you guys don't need a guide for this. This is pretty straightforward stuff, but nonetheless, I do want to do this for the codes, and that way when the next season comes up of codes, all my supporters and everybody else on my Discord will get a chance to get more of those fat loot from here. Okay, so let's jump in here and start off with killing some of these dudes off here quickly, and then we're going to jump off. So first off, just focus on the guys that matter. The enemies are going to come in a couple boss waves. You guys probably know this already. There's one boss dead. Let's kill off this one now. Make sure you are using the light elements, obviously. Like if you are doing this battle, light element does do a lot more damage, and it's easier to kill these guys when you have obviously the proper weapons and setup. There you guys go. First set of bosses are done. And then, like I've said to you before, if you have now cleared out your entire gem section, like as in like you've actually put all of it through and you've got a full stack of gems, now is the time to go ahead and actually start combining your gems for better ones, okay? If you have not done completing it all, first complete it, then move on to doing the combinations. Always fuse after the fact, okay? And remember, the new system is coming out very soon where they're going to be allowing us to get some mileage setups so we can get better gems just from doing these stages. So it is important to get into the habit of, at the very least, doing these as much as you possibly can. Like you guys can see here, like I said, I've been slacking on my free-to-play account. I've been doing it on my pay-to-win, but I need to start going back into here and actually focusing on getting these done because I want to take advantage of that mileage system in order to raise my CP as much as I possibly can to take advantage of it when it does appear, okay? So first off, let's kill off these guys. See if we can kill everybody. And then remember, get that extra key from there. Get yourself an opportunity to push even further to get more essence stones, because this is one of the most untapped places I find, for me personally, where essence stones are just kind of waiting around for me to collect them. You guys can see here, we're going to get ourselves, what is that, 45 essence stones, I believe, plus the opportunity to get pretty decent gems right there. See, look, we got a level 1, and level 1. Okay, so these ones are all going to be used to push the next piece of content. So I'm going to go on to level 5 now and do that one. Okay, so remember, keys, get those from the shop. Do these as much as you can. Start collecting and going through the stages. The higher you go, the better the gems will be, and eventually that mileage system will come out. Okay, now that I've done that, I want to go on to the major part. I want to highlight 3 big pro player content creators that don't get enough love, in my opinion, and that deserve a lot more. So first off, we're going to talk about Typal. My boy here is insane. So a lot of the strategies you see many of the pro players use come from him. He spends a ton of time playing this game. Like, he will strategize so much to the point that he will create ways to defeat opponents in unreal times. Like, we're talking about crazy times, and he'll spend hours on hours on hours on doing it. He's also one of the ones that put together some of the best strategies on taking out the dragon as well too, right? And you'll see some of those strategies they put together applied by some of the bigger players and bigger whales. So shout out to Typal 6. Go check out his channel. Just a quick example here of something he can do here. Right here, here's his Igris fight. This was a month ago. This is one of his most viewed ones here. But you guys can see here, he is a no-joke player. And I'm telling you guys this, he makes this look easy, but he spends an umpteen amount of hours doing this. We're talking about, you know, sometimes he'll message me and be like, I did this for 20 hours straight. Like, imagine spending that much time doing this. Now, he has two different accounts that he plays with. He has a pay-to-win account and a free-to-play account. Just so you guys are aware, he does do both, and he's killed it with free-to-play as well as pay-to-win. So, one thing to note about him, he is, I would say, the premier Westwind user in this game. He's the one that made Westwind as popular as it is. I may have talked about it earlier, but he's the one that definitely put it on the map. So you guys can see here, a lot of these strategies that he does, a lot of these pro gameplay tips are the ones that a lot of the bigger whales use in order to get through it. And shout out to him. He kills it when he does it. Okay, so there's that right there. I want to talk about Typal. So go check out his channel. I will put his channel in the description. So go check it out. Now, the next one here, I think, is somebody also who's under the radar and is not getting any love at all. And I think I've mentioned him before. So this is going to be Lichstream, who, believe it or not, some of the bigger content creators are using his strategies, and I don't think are giving him enough credit. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about his strategies here and how he puts it together. So here's one, for example. He did this one earlier this week on the practice mode for the Hobgoblin, right? So he's also very good at doing BOT. Here's the setup he used. He shows you everything that he's put together, and he's using the Orc Sword and the Piercer, I believe the Rare Piercer, to show you guys how he gets it done, all level 1. He puts it together, and then I give him credit because here's the thing I don't do, okay? I watch these guys, and I love it, but I don't try to copy them. I don't want to copy them. To me, I think coming up with my own strategies proves to me that I'm an efficient player myself, and I can get the job done. But you guys can see some of these guys here are above efficient. They take a lot of time, which, again, I personally don't have. But not even that. They're just super smart about the way they play. Look at this, right? And Lichstream is one of those players that every single BOT that comes out, he has a strategy out before almost anybody else as free to play, and he makes it look incredibly easy and well put together. So this is another player who I have a lot of respect for, who I think doesn't get enough credit for what he does and the amount of content he puts out. So this is someone else, guys, I highly recommend going to watch. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, this is really nice of you, Payne, that you're like promoting these smaller content creators. I'll be honest with you, I don't see them as smaller. I see them as incredible players. Like, this is not about being a content creator. This is about players who are thinking outside the box and are doing so much for the community, but just don't have enough eyes on them. So I'm hoping my platform, which is a little bigger, can give them the vision, you know, or the credit they deserve. So you guys can see here, he did about a minute here, right? And he did this one in about 1:08. He has another one that just came out earlier, and he did it even faster at 58 seconds. And I believe this was maybe the similar setup. Let me just double check. No, he's got the plum sword this time. Okay, so he's got so again, if you have similar setups as him, or if you have very similar weapons, go check out his channel. If you use a strategy, please give the man credit. He deserves it. He's putting a lot of work into this, and he's making it look easy, and he's helping a lot of the community members get better time. So Lichstream, congratulations, bro. You're killing it. Well done. Now, the next one here is Mousu, or Mouse, as he likes to call himself. He actually reached out to me personally recently. He's got 11K subscribers. Go subscribe to him. And he asked me to actually take a look into the break state video that I created. Thank you for asking me, first off. You never have to ask. Please feel free to use my video as much as you want. But he's actually been doing so many guides specifically for normal mode and easy mode, WOBL. Some of these things are crazy. People have been sending me his stuff, and for POD, and being like, Payne, is this real? Is this guy hacking? To be honest with you, no. I've been looking into it. I'm like, no, he's legit. Everything he's doing is legit. He's putting a lot of time and effort into getting the proper blessings, the proper setups. He's doing a lot of strategy. He's putting the proper artifacts together. Everything he's doing is legit. There's nothing that Mouse is doing here that is not real. These are things you can absolutely do if you're on the same boat. Now, he is not free to play, keep that in mind, but he is as close to that as you can. Now, you guys can see here, he shows you the full setup. He goes through a lot of these things, and he shows you how he did it. But here's the crazy part about it, right? Like, he did this battle with Vulcan. Very, very smart. You guys can see all of his actual blessing stones that he has going on. You can see all the stacks of attack and damage increase. You guys can see the plum sword at 5. The crit is at 5. He's got himself pulverized here, the boss layer, and he's got double-edged sword. He's got all the extra buffs from all of his support, so that's going to be punishment here, charm debuffs. He's got the Moonslayer debuffs on there. He's got himself, what else does he have on here? He's got the defense down from from Shadow Step, and then of course now he's pumping out damage right here with this ultimate. You can see he did amplifying effect, critical hit damage went up, and look at this. He now is doing an ultimate here that literally is one-shotting Vulcan normal. Look at that, 133 bars gone. So 48 million damage is unreal. So these are the kind of players that we have out here that are putting out content like this that you guys should definitely be following. I am subscribed, I think, to all three of them. If I'm not, I should be subscribed. You guys can see I'm talking my own talk. All right, I'm doing this. I'm also subscribed. So give these players some love. Now, I know I've missed out on other content creators. I promise you guys I'll do this again for the rest of you. So please don't look at me and be like, hey, why? Oh, actually, there's one other one. There's Zilchy. Zilchy I want to talk about as well, too. Bear with me here one sec here. So Zilchy is actually, I think it's Zilchykog. Am I correct? Yeah, there we go. Zilchy is another one who has been doing a really, really good job. Great guides, great guy in general. Amazing content creator, puts a lot of effort into what he's been putting through. He has great content out in terms of like what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. He and I have chatted many times. He looks to do testing. He does proper provisions of like what he should put out versus what he shouldn't, and he's taking the steps to make sure the information is accurate. So check out Zilchy as well too. Zilchykog, I'll put his link as well too. He also is rising quite a bit from this game, no pun intended, but these guys are all doing incredible stuff, guys. So give them some love. Again, there are other content creators who I will cover. I know there's myself, Nato, and Zaf, the bigger content creators for this game. Shiny's also there, Rokage is also there, but I want to highlight these guys a little more. Speaking of Rokage, we'll be doing a dual collab very soon on special summons when the update is up. So you guys can check that out as well too. I have much love for Ro. I've known him for a very long time, so I'm very excited to do that with him as well. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.